Welcome to Ici Sports on Ici Beyrouth. Our guest today is a former basketball star and Riyadi legend, Omar el-Turk. Omar, welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Hala. Thank you for having me.
Omar, you're a former basketball star, but you're still very involved in the game through private coaching and your connections in the field. So let's talk about the Beirut Derby. It was a big win for Sagesse in the FIBA WASL. They controlled the game. They set a tone early in the game in the first quarter, and they defended aggressively. How did you see the matchup?
Honestly, I feel like it was due for Sagesse to win this season at least. They fought really hard. They earned the win 100%. But I still feel that Riyadi did not give their best that game.
Mm-hmm. Why do you think so?
Maybe, I'm just speculating, that maybe it's because they came in with the mentality that it's not going to change anything in the seeds. So maybe they were a bit relaxed. So it was mainly mental. In a game, in a derby game, it's always mental.
Mm-hmm. The Beirut Derby always feels different, and the energy is different, and the level of competitiveness is very important to keep that excitement. Do you feel like Sagesse is finally clicking as a team and maybe finding their rhythm, or do you think Riyadi still have the edge?
I still think Riyadi has the edge. I watched the game 2 days ago against Hoops, and clearly Sagesse still haven't found their rhythm, their chemistry. So I don't know if maybe it's just one game that they played that good. I'm just saying. But I still feel that Riyadi has the edge.
Speaking of that game against Hoops, what do you think went wrong for Sagesse? Were they still riding that emotional high after the Derby win, or do you think they just underestimated Hoops that night?
I feel that Sagesse has been playing individually for the past few months. And it's very hard to play against Hoops defense, especially with Coach Gilbert's defense. It's not easy to play individual basketball. You have to be able to share the ball, play as a team. And I don't see that still in Sagesse. Mm-hmm. And to be very fair, I still don't see it with Riyadi either. So the level of both teams has not peaked yet.
Mm-hmm. And looking back at the Derby, Riyadi never managed to sustain over a 5-0 run. What do you think is the reason behind that? Is it the lack of a true center, no point guard backup to Ali Mansour, or just the structure of the team overall?
I feel that Riyadi has been relying a lot on a big man, like a defender, a shot blocker. And this year they haven't had that big man yet. So I guess it's about timing.
Mm-hmm. Riyadi are known to making that comeback usually in the third quarter. As someone who supports Riyadi, were you expecting that comeback, or did you just feel that Sagesse were in control and heading for the win?
Honestly, Hala, from the faces of the players, when I saw the start of the game, I didn't feel that they were hungry enough for that game. And it's just different when you see them fighting. Like the normal Riyadi team, the players, everyone's on the same page fighting for the win. I did not see that emotion in the players that game.
Statistically, Riyadi have one of the lowest, if not the lowest, three-point shooting percentage in the league. As a shooter yourself, could we see you working with Riyadi on that?
Who knows? It would be an honor, of course, helping my ex-club and my current club. So it's about rhythm, it's about confidence, it's about open shots. when you make 3-4 shots in a row, your team, it's going to get contagious. The whole team's going to want to make shots. So it's about that. So it's not about practice. It's not about they have it. They have what it takes to make their shots. It's just about some time.
How much of a disadvantage is the lack of three-point shooting for a team aiming for the championship? And what do you think Riyadi need to change to fix that?
Their last game, after the Sagesse game, they played very good defense. And I feel for a team to win a championship, you need to have a structured defense. They've had this for the past few years. They just need to find it back again.
What's missing for Riyadi this season? What's so different? Is it the absence of Wael that made all the difference, in your opinion?
Not all the difference. أكيد, for sure, Wael has been missing, but I still feel that they need a corrector, a big man that's going to correct all the mistakes on defense, which we had that with Thonmaker before.
Since you have a very close relationship with Wael as well, do you think he would actually join Sagesse if they propose a tempting offer for Wael?
After watching his last interview, anything is possible, but at the end of the day, I know Wael deep inside that he would rather go back home.
What are your thoughts on his performance with Hala?
Oh, I'm so proud. I'm so proud. He's been representing Lebanon as an athlete, which makes me very, very proud, having known him for so long as a kid. And he's been achieving all his dreams, and I'm very happy for him.
What are your thoughts on Riyadi's foreign players? I mean, we saw Nouni Amot struggling defensively in the derby, although he's not a defensive player.
I prefer not to bring up the foreigners' performance because anytime they could change. So today we might be talking about this foreigner, tomorrow you might see a different foreigner. Every player has their advantages and disadvantages. But for now, I think that things are working with Riyadi. It's just that one game where they were not ready mentally.
Let's shift to the national team.
Yeah.
Another window in the World Cup qualifiers is coming up next month. What impact do you think Coach Ahmed Farran will bring to the national team this time?
You know that he's been unfortunate with the time and with preparation. He's been the coach of the national team for the past 4 months, 3-4 months. And with all the games and all the busy schedule that Riyadi and Sagesse have been having, it's hard for him to adjust things that quickly for the national team. I feel that hopefully just the mentality is going to change with the players and be all on the same page and play as a team.
Any new names that you think deserve a spot on the national team soon?
I like the kid from Central, Anthony Naba. A few others, but I think in the future we're going to have a superstar team.
Which player do you think would be the perfect fit for Lebanon?
I heard Coach Ahmed's last interview, and he clearly mentioned that if he doesn't find any player to be naturalized, it's going to be Lawson. For now, I believe that this is the best scenario because the process of naturalizing a player takes time, and it's a process. But for now, I still think that we can do damage with the players that we have and the naturalized player that we have. I just wish for the best. I hope for the best.
That brings us to the end of this interview. Omar el-Turk, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Coming up next, the countdown to the 2026 Winter Olympics has begun. Who will represent Lebanon and what are the controversies surrounding the host country? Let's take a look at this report. The Milano Cortina 2026 Winter Olympics are set to begin on February 6th, running through February 22nd. For Lebanon, participation has always been about representation and experience, not podium finishes. But is this time different?
Usually Lebanon, it's hard for the Lebanese athlete to be competing and pushing other high-level athletes so we can reach podiums, especially in winter sports. As you know, Lebanon lacks a lot of snow months in the year, so we only have 2 months of snow. And we lack also a lot of infrastructure for these stadiums and places. So for my side, it will be also a big experience as for an athlete and as a person, but mostly also for me as my performance. I will be always pushing harder and harder to reach a higher performance as for the Lebanese level.
Traditionally, Lebanon sends a small team of 1 to 3 athletes focusing on skiing disciplines. But just 3 weeks before the Games, Lebanon's alpine skier Manon Ouez suffered an injury, ending her Olympic hopes. This leaves the country with only 2 representatives.
For the time being, we suggested the name to the Olympic Committee with Samarto for cross country and Andrea Al-Hayek for alpine. Because until yesterday, until the day before, Joanna Hbesh and Andrea were still competing, and Andrea got better points in the Olympic list.
While Lebanese athletes prepare, the host country faces intense scrutiny. Italian authorities are under pressure over delayed preparations, funding gaps, and unusually warm temperatures. Johan Eliash, president of the International Ski and Snowboard Federation, warned that some venues are facing technical difficulties, not due to local organizers, but because of funding shortages at the government level. He stressed that readiness alone isn't enough. Facilities must meet quality standards for athletes and spectators alike. While host country challenges and Olympic controversies dominate headlines, Lebanese skiers aim to represent their country and gain experience on the sport's biggest stage. That's all for this episode of Ici Sports. Thank you for watching. Make sure to follow Ici Beyrouth on all our social media platforms and check out our website for more episodes.